Good afternoon. I'm standing at the top of Stockman's Lane, and this is Balmoral Cemetery. Very busy road in front. Unfortunately, this cemetery is locked, and this is similar to all the interesting, important cemeteries in Belfast. They are locked. Why are these cemeteries locked? Because they're afraid of vandalism and drinking. And unfortunately that keeps the good people out as well as the bad people. But that's my rant over. This is a historic Balmoral Cemetery. And I just couldn't be bothered to go and try and get a key this morning, and I've just climbed over the wall. The trouble is, I have to climb out again. That might be more difficult. The cemetery was opened in 1855 by Presbyterian Henry Cook and another Presbyterian minister called Mackenzie. And this is the same Henry Cook whose statue is sitting in front of RBAI, or INST as we know it. So it's the Cook statue, nicknamed the Black Man, and Cook's grave is in here somewhere. Now, not knowing the cemetery, I don't know where it is. There are a number of war graves in here as well, and there's one of them. Rifleman Robert Reid, Royal Irish Rifles, 1918. Some of the headstones are in a wee bit of a bad state. They're afraid that they might fall over and injure somebody. So Cook and Mackenzie were wanting burial grounds for Presbyterians. So they approached the local Church of Ireland rector and asked whether they could bury their people in along with the Church of Ireland parishioners, and he said no. What a fine Christian gesture that was. Anyway, 1895. Anyway, he wasn't. Mackenzie and Cook were not deterred. They purchased land, and Mackenzie purchased land, and they went on ahead and they established this cemetery. And Cook is to be remembered because he was a great defender of Orthodox Presbyterianism. Presbyterianism was multi-stranded, and this is his grave. It's a big family grave. Presbyterianism had many different strands, and it was influenced by the Church of England, Arianism, and it was influenced by Unitarianism, and Cook got Presbyterianism. He was a fine, eloquent preacher. He was a hard-working guy. He was well-versed. He could take on anybody in debates and beat them. And Cook re-established Presbyterian principles and doctrine that had come over from Scotland, and he got the Presbyterian Church signed up to the Westminster Confession of Faith. And you will see that Henry Cook his picture adorns quite a number of orange banners. Yet Cook himself was never ever an orange man or a black man. I find that interesting. But he was a stalwart of Presbyterianism. It's a pity that this graveyard has to be closed, because it's a real sanctuary of peace and quiet, tranquility, and a sanctuary for nature as well, I would imagine. There's quite a number of other notables are buried in here. There's a guy called Colonel H.C. Blaney Moody, 1821 to 1869, and he was a commander of the Royal Engineers in China and in Belfast. I haven't come across his grave. But many Belfast notables in here. 1882. This must have been one of the earliest graves. Departed this life 1868, and the cemetery was opened in 1855. All sorts of different grave headstone architecture displayed here, and it's worth coming in to see this. There's Tobias Porter, died 1866, and it's worth actually coming in to see the architecture if for nothing else. Looks like a nest box up there of some description. Is it? Not sure whether it's for bats or birds. There's a guy, Adam Campbell, Down Duncan, Commander, Royal Navy, died June 1918. This is the Rankin obelisk, and that's the train going by. Hugh Hanna died 1892. He was DDLLD, whatever that is. Must have been a bigwig. There's an interesting headstone with a curved top. I've never seen one quite like that before. Another military grave here. Humphrey Frederick May, Captain Queen's Royal Antrim Rifles, son of late Sir Stephen May of Belfast, who died 1861, aged 31. I wonder where he died. erected by Dunkern Congregation Thomas Young Killen, died 1886. It's hard to read that actually. Strange wee grave marker there. Haven't quite seen anything like that. Fabulous place. Just to browse and check out the history. I'd say there's what, about 4 acres in here, maybe 3. Background to the Henry Cook grave.